Well, welcome back, and hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to Dawn of Man. Our civilization, our city, whatever you may want to call it, has continued to grow as we make great strides now into the Neolithic era. I think it's pretty neat that we've actually unlocked just two of the three things that are big, the flax being the last one, which is kind of the way to make clothing. That is really good for trade, and then we can move on to doing weaving as well. So far, we've unlocked ourselves the thatching and the cereal domestication to get here, plus pulse domestication and also the flint mines. Now we'll be doing fortifications soon enough, but I wanted to make sure we prioritize some other things first, as the first attack didn't go off too bad. Over here on this side we got ourselves some flint mines going, so we'll continue to ask everybody to start mining that out. So we should be able to continue to make tools and weaponry and all the stuff that we need. And our city's still pretty damn strong with everybody, you know, coming on back from all these harvests and stuff, and getting food. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get ready to do some planting for next year. I want to make sure we've got some stuff ready for the spring and fall and summer harvest. We should be able to do a few of those. So we'll go ahead and try to put down things like peas. And we'll just do something like over here, for example, just to make sure they're all nice and neat and close together. We've got plenty of space over here for our farm, so we'll just kind of continue to move it towards the right side if we want to. So that was what, peas, right? So we've grown, or we've started to grow peas here. We also want to make sure we prioritize the fields too. Yeah, it's going to be quite useful to be able to grow a lot of stuff here. It should be ready by the spring to be planted and then be harvestable by the fall, which is really cool. We'll go ahead and put that there, and then let's see, that is now bitter. And the last thing that we want, I think, is just chickpeas and lentils, which will be really useful. It's really a thing that you start to run out of food by about the early summer, and yeah, so these foods here will be ready to harvest right at the start of summer, and that'll generate a lot of extra food that we're going to need to feed a lot of extra people. If we don't use it right away, we can turn it into bread. That kind of preserves for a little bit longer. Got ourselves our first granary going, and they're making and storing everything nearby, and it looks pretty good. We'll continue to move all of our wheat fields and stuff over here as things are, yeah, looking really good. 96%. I'm very proud of our people. Trying to make a little bit more clothing and trying to make a few ends meet that we're, you know, constantly losing people. But check that out. The lumber yard is ready to go for whenever we build this wall. I'm probably... yeah, we'll make... well, we'll have to move this field. I was thinking about what we're going to do. We're going to have to eventually make a gate here, too. So we'll probably make a straight section here to allow people to go out to the farms and to the water and connect up here around this side. So that way we can get everything all hunky-dory. Anyway, looking good. We're about ready to do upgrades, too. Upgrades are very easy. Just upgrading to a hut takes a few materials, but it's pretty instantaneous in terms of having your people immediately work on it. If you've got the materials, that's the best thing. We've got 14 mud, a bunch of straw, and a few other things ready to go. And we'll need some more by next year. Next harvest, we should have a lot more straw saved up, so that way we can do then a few more home upgrades. And also we'll be generating some from the farm fields over here. Let's make sure they're all upgraded too. I want to make sure all of these fields are good, and that everything is going to be grown and harvestable by spring. Or summer, I should say. Cool, looking good. So the next goal is to start on that fortification, right? So we're going to get 7 more knowledge points, start on following through with our fortification setup, and then eventually we'll domesticate some animals too. Not a good idea to do animal domestication until farming's been going for a while, as they eat all those seeds and crops too. So it's just going to be a good thing to monitor our animals and make sure that once they're here, they have enough food. And if not, we're going to expand the farming a bit, but it should be fine. So let's go ahead and speed up time a bit. Now, we could build a few more sledges while we wait as well. We're not going to see the wheel anytime soon. Okay. Storage for additional rocks, too. Either for building homes or for upgrading our walls to stone walls at some point. And even kind of making like paddocks and things like that. Looking good. Rain's coming in again. Yeah, I think we're pretty good here. Our workload kind of bops back and forth. Yep, there he goes. Based on whether or not it's planting season. And everybody's planting for next spring. Things will start to grow. Harvest season for a lot of that stuff will be in the summer. And then the fall, it's going to be good times. Let's keep on trucking. Looking good And also, look at that workload. Ooh, whenever it's harvest season or planting season, things just skyrocket. We're at our maximum population now, so the only way around that will be to spend this winter trying to get everybody's houses upgraded so we can get more people living here. Food's looking pretty good. We're making a lot of bread. We got some berries and fish and meat and stuff, and we've also got extra raw skin coming in, which will be good for drawing out and making into further weapons and such. We also bought some technology just a moment ago, some flax domestication, so now next year we can try to make some linen clothing, or at least start eventually storing all that stuff. It should be just fine. We'll go ahead and make some more flax, and then we should be able to finally do some fortifications here and start on that. As for well digging, probably don't need to do that as well as stilting next to the lake. We're really not going to need these things. Weaving will be important for a little bit later, and then also megalithism, which will be important before we get to the Copper Age, which will then require 20, so it's going to be a long time of fighting raiders after that. We'll probably be attacked shortly, too, and it never fails. It seems to be every other season or something like that, so it's been a little while. We're a little overdue for, you know, good old-fashioned invasion. we're overdue. Okay, let's see. Let's try some flax there, and also here. And we also need to have a field, I think, for our animals. At a certain point, we will get animal domestication, and we'll have to figure out where to put them. They could probably go over here, animals in a smaller area there, and the farm fields, you know, because the animals can move around whenever they're hungry or whatnot, so that'll be all right. Oh, wolf attack now. Let's see, we may lose some people here, but nothing we can't snap back from. And hopefully all that harvesting goes well soon. All right, let's speed up time, as we're just kind of waiting for all the harvest season to begin or finish. And I think the next thing is once we hit, I think, is it 100 or 500 or something like that for grain, we should get some bonuses there and get some more knowledge points for pretty much everything we do. All right, hopefully that harvest was successful as well. I think we left a lot of food out because, you know, there's just way too much to harvest, which is okay. It means that when there are more people available, more harvesting can be done, and thus there'll be more food. It kind of is a good way to keep it hand in hand, right? So if we have 18 and not enough to harvest, but the fields are good to go, then when we do have more people, they'll be able to take care of that right away. Wow, look at that. All right, into the winter we go. The next thing we want to do, too, is once that wall is ready to construct, we're going to have to spend an entire year working on it. So it's going to be a tough year for farming, too, because everybody who would normally be farming will be busy doing other things, like, for example, working on, obviously, the wall and the other defensive things we have to do. Big blizzard rolling through town. And big animals coming through, too. Oh, nice. Couple of sacrifices working their way into town. They're not afraid. They should be. Okay. So it'll soon be spring. We'll work on trying to get some more tannin so we can get leather ready. But luckily, this will be the end of our consumption of dry skin for all the houses. Then we can try to get more of that converted into leather, as the straw houses are about ready to commence construction. And by that, I mean me basically clicking and ordering for an upgrade. Let's see if we can order any more harvesting or gathering. Actually, let's tell our people to gather tannin. There we go. Specifically, tannin in the spring. I think next to the camp's probably our best bet here for now. On this side. And we'll have 3 people do that just so it gets done quickly. And we'll try to store up to 50 of it. Alright, wow, there's a lot of animal activity here, isn't there? Cave lions and wolves. I guess it's mostly because our people keep going back and forth to areas over here and doing hunting, fishing, and gathering mud too, so we can upgrade our houses. Oh yeah, they're going to definitely need some love too. Well, I think we're about ready to do some upgrades here, so let's ask for the first houses to be upgraded. Ooh, people are being killed by the wolves. Bad times. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. The workload is going to be incredibly high for the next little bit of time, but upgrading the houses is the only way to lower that by getting more workers. And obviously more hands means more food, and then when they're done with the home construction, everybody can go out and start doing some farming. which will then bring in all the extra food we need to feed everybody. Resources, decayed bread, yes, of course. Meat and fish are looking good. Berries, all the stuff in the upper left corner. Very important to pay attention to a lot of that too at all times, especially the meat. Meat's usually for me the last thing to go, so if everything else has been depleted, meat is incredibly important, but not to mention we also need grain for the animals, which we don't have any at the moment, but soon enough we will. Alright, let's watch the first home upgrade complete. I think what happens here is that they actually kind of deconstruct the home. In this case, we're moving up to like a mud hut. So it'll be mud walls with a thatch roof. Wow. There they go. All that wood being brought over. We'll try to upgrade 2 houses at a time. The previous houses, the ones we have now, are a capacity of 3. And this could increase by 1. And I think also these homes may possibly burn fuel for warmth in the winter. I can't quite recall, but it looks like they might actually require that. Oh yeah, each of these kind of have some logs. So I wonder if this will be more efficient for fuel. Traders arrived. So let's see what we got. High commission. Nothing really that we want yet, though. So we'll pass on that. And house number 1 is about ready for upgrading. And it'll be spring, so watch the workload just skyrocket from like 117 to barely 300. It'll be up there though. It's gonna be crazy. Ah, but we do have a new point. Excellent. Now we can start the construction. So the goal is going to have to be by this winter we'll start approving the construction of the wall. We'll make sure that we also start doing some gates and watchtowers. But keep in mind, watchtowers have a roof, and a roof means straw, so we got to make sure we have extra straw here to keep year after year. All of the harvests need to definitely succeed, so that way we can provide straw for maintenance for homes to keep everyone warm. So right now, also our houses are a little well. We have a few homeless people. The timing couldn't be worse. Raiders. Let's check the numbers here. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. Mostly with the same weapons we saw before. The neighbors are getting rowdy. Well, let's go ahead and sound the alarm. Now we should have lots of bows now. And everybody should at least have a flint spear or a bow. Maybe some people are carrying an axe. Alright, get ready for the attack, people. Don't let them attack our buildings. Nice. And the enemy is fleeing. Wow, this reminds me of how they flee in medieval, or rather, no, going medieval. Excellent. Raiders killed 10 plus 2 knowledge. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay, let's see these houses get upgraded. So in our previous episodes, we certainly did a lot of jumping forward because there wasn't much to see as we were waiting for things like hunting and gathering to be completed. But now there's an astronomical amount of construction. 2 homes being upgraded now. Some being taken apart before upgraded. You can see them do what is called wattle, I believe, where they intertwine almost like weaving sticks and then putting a roof onto it and adding mud around that. And then finally the thatch roof, which allows us to go from 3 to 4 people. And I believe it's also more fuel efficient, so that's good. Alright, so now 18 is not going to be our maximum anymore. Of course, our capacity is 16 because of the missing house. That's just next to it. But that should increase us to 20. We were at 18, so the 2 extra slots should allow us to go up a little higher. Also, I believe these raiders can be buried eventually. And they also might have supplies on them, too. Our people can be told to go gather their weapons. And sometimes they'll attack with better weapons than what you have at the time. It's a great way, especially shields or like an iron sword. You can always sell the extras, but it's a good way to get ahead there. Look at that, tannin and things ready to go. How are we doing on dried Wow, we got no dry leather. Skins are still going to be a problem, but let's see if we can get our people to go hunting. Animals are just going to have to come around. We'll take that whole group there. See if there's any other groups around. Quick scan. Whatever it is, we just want to eat it, especially for the skins, so we can upgrade some of our other stuff. Luckily, now finally we see the end of the whole skins scenario, because we're finally going to be able to just repair with either thatch / straw or mud, which is going to be helpful. Alright, well, let's go ahead and wait till we get some more research points and start on that wall. Alright, time for my favorite part. Time to build the walls. The cool thing here is that it really makes our base seem a little bit more permanent, and of course, it just looks really cool to be able to see it at a distance. It's kind of a formidable sight where enemies are not welcome, and those who want to trade are welcome through the giant gates. We'll build the gates here. I always am debating whether or not I build them this way or this way. It kind of all depends on how the gates are set up in terms of like how they're latched. Everyone always says, no, put them this way, put them that way. We'll put them facing outwards this time. I can't remember the way I always do it, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But we do need it to do those to lead out to the farm, so that way we can get all of the workers to where they need to go there. And we also need to build our double layer on the top of the hill here. So we're going to try to build a gate around this way as well, or a wall around this way just next to the gate. So the wall will probably creep up this way, and we'll leave it somewhat incomplete up here, just as kind of an outline for our future construction. We'll also build down here as well. Some of our people have no warm clothing. Oh yes, we've increased to 20 now. Yeah, true. Wow, and the moment that we've completed our houses, there's a lot more people that want to live here. Unfortunately, we barely have any raw hides, so we're going to focus on this first. The winter hopefully is mild, and it has been for the most part. Blizzards are the biggest risk to your people. So we'll just kind of be on the lookout for that. Alright, well, we'll build this wall here, kind of square, I guess. There we go. So we do want our people still to be able to access the river. But I think we'll leave this kind of a area here for the gate and for a watchtower around the towers, or the fields. And the 2 towers here should be able to guard anything that happens. Now, it seems like the raiders for 2 times now have come in from this direction, and I don't remember if the game gives them like 1 or 2 or 3 random spawns, and so we'll see how that all goes out. I'm pretty sure they change up direction, but it's also kind of the same. Alright, let's go ahead and try to put a gate down for all of our people to go to the river, or in this case, actually, a lake. There we go. So all the stakes, of course, mark out the perimeter of the wall. It's looking pretty cool so far, actually. I think we'll do the same over here and kind of make like a little something here. I don't know what you'd want to call these. Really, it's almost like 2 turrets for a medieval castle, with the main entrance being here. But this is just mostly for survival. The good thing about us recently being attacked now is that we don't have to worry about an attack for quite some time. I want to incorporate the natural landscape into our defense. I don't know how that will work, or if it will work, if the enemy can just slip past the gate. Maybe the gate, if I put a gate here, will the gap actually work or not? I guess that remains to be seen. So the whole defense could be destroyed if I try to do it this way, but we'll do a little trial and error here to see how it all goes. I don't mind a little of that, right? It should be fine, right? Hope so. Anyway, we can also put a gate in the walls at any point. I think we can just snap it right in and delete some other sections. So if we want to put a little gate here in the wall, people can go. Wait, hold on. Should be a 3 wide, right? Perfect. Like a glove. Excellent. And if anything's wrong, we'll fix it. Watchtower's looking good too. Yeah, workload's getting a little high because of all the crazy construction that we're doing now. And we'll leave the wall to have some variety in it. We'll make it so it's not perfect. Okay. We'll remove that tree there. And we'll put another gate on that side. Okay, so now for the inner keep. Looks like there was a stone gathering going on up here. We'll incorporate our next wall there. Such as this. And we'll delete a few sections. Or yet another wall. Gate in the wall. One more. There we go. Cool. And we'll figure out how to wall this off then. I like incorporating these rocks. The enemy can't crawl over them. In real life, it would probably be a risk. Some people could somehow stack something up or tip over a log or something and get up there. But in this case, if it's a blocked path, the enemy won't be able to get up there. I think it's looking good. Towers, you don't really need towers at the moment. We could build reinforced towers, but it's not necessary. And we'll build a area for my personal home, you know, for everyone else's safety up here soon too. We'll get these trees chopped down. Don't know exactly how long it'll take to build that wall, nor the material cost, but the fact that we've gathered over 100 logs over the last couple of years is pretty good. And also our people were using that for fuel for the winter, and it seems like they've already started construction. So the gates are going down, and everybody's working. Yes, yes. Workload will be too high for a long time. Good news is the construction started right at the beginning of winter with the gates going up, so we'll add some more gates and see if our people can actually be finished by spring. They won't. They won't. It'll take an entire year or more. Let's go ahead and build another gate there. Now this is actually where we're going to encounter a lot more enemies, so we also have a nice long flat section to put these wooden platforms where our troops can throw ranged weapons from, and even watchtowers, which will look pretty cool as well. But we'll put those down later. Again, it's going to be expensive maintenance without a lot of straw, and since we're only a few seasons in, we got quite a bit of straw actually, but all of these houses will require that. Build ourselves another storage for straw then. Okay, we'll put one outside, like over here. There we go. Perfect little storage area for all of our extra straw. And we might need another granary soon too. Yep, wow, we sure do. Certainly do. Under storage, let's build ourselves another granary. And maybe we'll put it this way. I wish we could make custom structures by somehow clipping them together, but that's okay. We'll build it where we can. Everything's going to be cluttered in here, but hey, look at that. We got extra room to expand, so we can put a few more houses down here. And the ones that we build and upgrade, rather, are going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4 extra people. So we go from 20 to 24 with upgrade, and or more when the houses upgrade again, and when we put a few more houses down over here too. All right, let's speed things up. Let's see how long the wall construction will take. So right now it is pretty early winter. Workload is too high due to the planting for spring. Looks like we need to go hunting some more. I keep organizing some hunts, but unfortunately no good time to do that. Well, we could try this again, but that's probably not a wise idea. Alright, well, let's watch the wall fill itself in. We'll come back every so often and see how things are going. Well, like I was saying, building that wall around the keep is probably one of the most important things, and also the most time-consuming, and throws off a lot of things in the camp too. As you can see, food's starting to dwindle a bit. It's not looking too bad, but you know, it could be better. We've got ourselves, of course, some harvest to do. In just a month, or rather at the end of the season, we'll start our summer harvest of lentils and also chickpeas and other things. And of course, we've got some more meat coming in too for whenever an enemy, I was going to say an enemy, but an animal, or a predator, I guess, which would be our enemy, wanders close. There's still plenty of beasts out here to deal with, but yeah, we got a long process to build this wall. There'll be some small sections that still need to be filled in that our people are working on. You can see them here working on these gaps, and there's probably some places that I missed too, so if you see anything, you can point it out. But we'll luckily and likely have it all filled in before the end here. Let's go ahead and add our little thing here. I think we'll add a gate right there. Couldn't build that before because a tree was in the way, but we'll continue to build on either side. Perfect. And then we'll put those platforms down. Let's do a quick inspection of the wall. And I like how we're putting in some of the natural barriers here. Kind of the first time that I've done that. This should be fine, but it seems to have constructed strangely. I think that'll work. I don't know why this hasn't constructed here. We could probably harvest this pile of rocks here, and this will fill in. Otherwise, this is just kind of like incomplete. There is a little sledge here, so maybe somebody's not done, but we'll kind of figure that out. See if that... Oh, there we go. Snaps together nicely. Okay, let's take a look. That may be okay right there. Maybe. We'll have to just kind of see if the enemy attacks. And it looks like right there. Yep, that looks good. Perfect. I think that's good. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be just fine for our own personal residence up there, for everyone else's safety. All right, fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and keep on trucking. We've got 2 more major researches to do, and then the megalithism, and then eventually the Copper Age. We can do that at any time. I think once we hit 20, we can just jump right into that era. I don't know what the requirements are beforehand, but things are looking good. Animal domestication, though, that's what's going to be needed next for getting constant hides, and that's what we need for constant supply of bows and such. So let's keep on trucking, and a little bit more work, probably about like 90% complete on the wall. Maybe about 85% once this large section's done, and we'll keep on filling in gaps and such. Let's see if we can go ahead and fill one in here. And we'll kind of quadruple check the wall from time to time. There we go, to make sure it all comes together. Perfect. Alright, well, the trader has arrived, but so have the raider attacks from the same side again. Let's close those gates. And let's get everybody to the defenses. Well, so much for closing the gate, huh? Our people have done a good job, though. They've enclosed pretty much 90% of the entire camp. There are some areas that they've missed, but we'll buff those out. It'll be alright. And we'll get this one opened up so that way our people can... Ooh, edit alert gathering area. Good, they've added so many cool things that I wanted them to do that I didn't see in previous versions. Excellent. We can also set up defense and stuff here. Oh, cool. Wow, you can actually have melee combat presence or preferences. I wonder if melee combat means that these are the people who will actually have a melee weapon, or if that's the number of people from your tribe that you want just to be on the line. And I'd love to have the ladies be a long-range attack, and the bros be up in the manual attack, up in the melee, y'all. Nothing good here for materials, so we'll skip that. All done. Okay. I thought I saw something get destroyed there, but we're all good. Okay, well, we need this side of the wall to be finished before we can really tell if the enemy can attack anywhere else. But it might be a good idea to then build our 2 watchtowers here. This is going to look great. Settlement's going to look real cool when it's done. Especially some trees inside. It just makes it look even bigger. Okay, well, a few more things to buff out with in terms of the wall here. Oh, and it looks like they brought a lot of equipment for us. Go ahead and finish that section. There we go. Perfect. Oh man, it's getting harder every time to fight off these raiders. We've taken a few losses trying to bop that population up. Ooh, trader, coming at the right time. Let's see here. I could definitely use some more clothing. This guy's got a low commission too, so let's just go ahead and grab a bunch of stuff to help us out. Ooh, yeah, sickles will be great. We're going to be doing a lot more farming, and straw will be useful for home repair. Everything else is good. 170. So, wow, we only have one sickle left? What? Okay. What do we got for weaponry? 2 slings. And, wow, no bow and arrow left either? Must be all from our defense. We have 2 copper spears. That's good. Oh, man, I'm not going to be able to pay for this stuff anymore. Well, we're going to do some budget cuts, I guess. Let's do... Oh, yeah, the linen is perfect. We're making a lot of that, but don't have a use for it just yet. And, let's see. I think I'm just going to buy less skin. Well, we don't need that as much, but the flint sickle is definitely going to be useful. So, let's go with that. The farming stuff. So let's reduce bone harpoons, and we'll add a little rock in there. There we go. Perfect. Alright. I don't know how we keep getting slings. Oh, it must be from raider attacks all the time, because I've stopped making those. I keep selling those off, and I wasn't figuring out where they were coming from. But yeah, it'd probably be from the raider attacks. Alright, here they come. Make sure everybody's inside the camp. We've got elevated positions now to defend from. Let's lock those doors. Make a couple more... Oh, yeah, we got knives and flint sickles on the list. Get them, boys! Oh, nice. Bow and arrow. Some of our people falling back. They'll get through the gate eventually. These people seem to attack the walls first, not the gates. Wow, we've killed 30 raiders in total now. We'll take a few losses here. We'll have to get some more defenses up for ranged defense. But they're doing a good job. To repair a gate and a few sections of wall is not that big of a deal. Yeah, they're attacking the same person. Well, taking 2-3 losses here. Not bad, they seem to be running. Okay, very good. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of raiders we defended against. Woo! Actually, that's a big win. Oh man, this is going to get worse and worse, though. Okay, well, we're starting to defend more and more of the camp. They seem to be coming in from 2 areas. Workload a little high, but mostly because we've lost a few. Not bad, though. Could have been way worse. We'll go ahead and get those reconstructed. And we'll have to ask for our people to build some more platforms, too. So let's make sure those get done. And rebuild this wall. It'd be nice in the game if you could set up like an auto repair. Like, you know, just set up a section of wall, and if they destroy it, it gets rebuilt auto. But, sorry, you just got to monitor a little bit. Okay. Well, anyway, we just need points now to get to the Copper Age. I'm not going to go with well digging or stilting just yet. We need that for a well and hydropower, which we can't do, and stilting is required for donkey domestication, but we're not going to do that for a little bit. We're going to start with the copper smelting first. The enemies will get more powerful too, but we do need to move on to get some more stuff, and especially new things from the trader. And of course, we can also now start to make some more copper tools and such with it right there. It's very nearby. Very good. Very good indeed. All right, let's speed up time just for a little bit. Got lots of clothing and storage. That's awesome. We don't need to make as many sickles now. That's good. I'm glad we bought some. Saving us some time. We're going to make some more knives, though. Gather some more mud. And we'll get a little bit of fish, too. As our people could probably use that. Ooh, there's a big boy coming over. Let's get him for the... There we go. Ooh, and we got a couple people who have infections. We'll see if they live. Raider attack could bop us down to 11 defenders if those 2 die. Uh-oh. But we could also get new people in the meantime, and babies, whatnot. People can grow up. We'll see. It all depends. Alright, very good. Oh, yep. They died just like I predicted. Oh, well. We'll move on as soon as possible. We also have charcoal and such to do in the next era, so the population is really going to bop up between now and the next time. But that'll be it for today's episode. So consider the fact that we've just got to get to the Copper Age. I will see you guys right there in our next episode. We'll have the Bronze Age and finally the Iron Age to get through as we wrap things up. But we've got a long way to go. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for leaving a like. Thanks for subbing. And I'll see you in the Copper Age. Just going to save up a few more points, and then we'll build up our population for lots and lots of work. See you next time. Goodbye.